Hello student, today I would like to discuss the 4 important steps to sketch the quadratic function. Right, the basic step is you must find maximum or minimum point, that is so-called turning point, by completing the square. Alright, and then you have to find the y-intercept, which is a c, by let the x 0, and find the x-intercept by let the y 0. And don't forget, you have to follow the range and domain given. So you have to follow the domain, follow the x given, starting and ending for the domain. Don't forget about this. Okay, they give you the domain, you have to find the corresponding range. So I am going to discuss this question right now. Sketch a graph function 2 bracket x plus half and then x plus 3 for the domain -4 to 2, for the x from -4 to 2 inclusive of -4 and 2, domain given. So step 1 is we must find the x-intercept, right? So we must let y equal to 0. Letting y equal to 0, find the x-intercept. Right, y is also means that fx, the same meaning. So we will let the function 2x plus half bracket x plus 3 equal to 0. We don't have to expand it, we just divide by 0 divided by 2 will be 0, right? So we will just factorize. It's already factorized, so we just find the roots. The x will be -half and -3. These two are the x-intercept, right? These are the x-intercept. So it's -half 0 and -3 0. Alright, so we have found the two roots, which is called roots because it's the x-intercept, right? So we can label the roots are -3 and -half. Both are negative, right? So after we got the roots, we need to find y-intercept, right? We need to find turning point. So let's we have completed step 1. Let's carry on with the step 2. We will let x 0. In order to find the y-intercept, we must let x 0. So let's go to the function and let's study the function. The function is actually the y, okay? The y is equal to 2 bracket 1 over 2. When we see x, we substitute 0, right? So we simplify, we get 3, isn't it? So that means when x 0, y is 3, right? So that will be the y-intercept. So after we got a y-intercept, we will label as 0, 3. Then after that, we will continue with the step 3, which is the step 3 is we need to complete the square. We need to do completing the square. Okay, normally if the question asking to do completing the square, we need to do the completing the square. If not, we have other method, right? You can use whatever method you can use the axis of symmetry, or even the calculator also can. But now I'm going to use the completing the square. So let me factorize, let me expand first. After expand, I'm going to write in 3 terms general form, and I must make sure the coefficient of the x squared must be 1. So that is why I need to factorize the 2. So every term will be divided by 2. So inside the bracket it should be x squared plus 702x plus 302. How to do completing the square? It's very simple. It's as simple as you just copy x squared plus 702x, right? After 702x, you just leave some space. X squared plus 702x, okay? And then you leave 2 space. then 3 over 2 is positive, you copy. Everything you copy. What you need to add in is half of the b, no x. 7 over 2 divided by 2, right? Which is 7 over 4, right? So you need to plus in 7 over 4. 7 over 4. And you need to square it. B over 2, half of the b square. And immediately you have to minus out, alright? So the first three terms, x squared plus 7 over 2x plus 7 over 4 square, it will become a perfect square, which is x plus 7 over 4 square, right? Then you simplify the value, negative 49 over 16 plus 24 over 16. So finally, we will get like this. X plus 7 over 4 square with a perfect square minus a value, a number. Still not enough, we need to expand until two terms. One term is a perfect square. The other term will be a value, a number, right? A perfect square and a number. That number can be negative, can be positive. So we are getting 25 over 8. You need to multiply by 2, okay? Both terms have to multiply by 2, right? So we can read the point. We can read the minimum point if the a is positive. So it's just opposite sign with the 7 over 4 negative. And the minimum value is just the value there, negative 25 over 8, right? So now we have the turning point already, which is a minimum point, okay, which is a minimum point. So now we are going to determine the domain, right? Follow the domain and the range for the function. So we have to substitute when x is negative 4, y is a y. Substitute into the function, right? So we have to substitute in. So when x is negative 4, we will get 2 times with the negative 4 plus 1 over 2, then negative 4 plus 3, right? Right. So we will actually simplify. We'll get an answer which is negative 8 over 2 plus half and then negative 1. So we will get the answer which is, okay, 2 times negative 7 over 2 times negative 1. So we get positive 7, right? We get positive 7. So then we have negative 4 and positive 7 will be our corresponding domain and the range. Then there's another value, okay, we find the negative 4, 7 already. And then when x equal to 2, we have to substitute into the function and find the y value. So let's substitute x equal to 2 into the function, and then let's simplify it. We will get 2, and I think we get quite a big number, is 25, right? 5 over 2 and then 5, so it's 25. So we get another value is 2 and 25. So these 2 points you need to plot when you sketch the graph, right? So we will write down 225 is the ending point, and then negative 4, 7 is the starting point for the graph function. So now we are going to sketch by using these 4 important points. We will sketch the graph function right now. So let's see, we already have a negative 3 and negative half will be the roots, right? Will be the roots. So now we will plot the other point. We need to plot the negative 4, 7 and 225. We need to plot the Y-intercept, right? We need to plot the Y-intercept. Okay, we need to plot the Y-intercept, and then after that we need to label the minimum point, negative 7 over 4 and negative 25 over 8, right? Okay, so now let's sketch a nice and smooth curve. Okay, so let's label the 225 first. we will use a scale of 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. And then we label 1, 2 for the x-axis. Positive side will be 1, 2. And then negative side we will label until -4. Follow the corresponding domain. Okay, so let's have a look of how to sketch the graph function. We have to follow exactly the minimum point and the corresponding domain and range. Okay, so we will use a smooth curve to sketch, right? So let's have a look of how to sketch. Now I'm going to show you how to sketch the quadratic function. So it is a U shape because the A is positive, right? If A is negative, we'll get an N shape, but here it is positive. So we will sketch a nice and smooth U shape. Now, okay, let's connect all the important points using a smooth curve. Right, so basically we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Alright, so make sure the curve is smooth and beautiful. Right? Alright, so let's make sure the curve is smooth. Alright, so always make it smooth, and then make sure the curve is a U shape, passes through all the points given. Right? Okay, so we have managed to repair and make sure the curve is beautiful and nice shape. Okay, so that's all my sharing about how to sketch a quadratic function. After sketch a quadratic function, we double check all the points, make sure it is correct. Okay, so this will be the best way to sketch a quadratic function. So when you sketch a quadratic function, you must follow the 4 important steps, right? Remember that. Okay, that's all my sharing for today. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day.